Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. And by the video title, you know what this video is about. I told you guys I'm in full off-season mode with the free agency, the draft and stuff as well. So that's why I'm bringing back, of course, Professor Arsenal in full effect. You seen in the last video, of course, Professor Arsenal is here breaking down some free agents for the Steelers, but also doing things in the entirety of the NFL as well. And one player we have discussing today, of course, is Luther Burden III. Luther Burden, of course, receiver, out of Missouri. He's a very, very explosive receiver. Let me get his metrics right. He's 5'11", yep. Ran a 4.4 in the 40, and also is 208 pounds as well. His play style is very dynamic. He kind of reminds me, I'm not saying he's these players, but he kind of reminds me of that tree of a Jamar Chase type guy. You know, those guys who are just explosive guys. Might be the tallest on the field or the biggest on the field like that, but they still play aggressive enough and have that almost like dog-like mentality to go out there and be willing to give it all every play. And he has that ability. He's versatile. You can play him in the slot. You can play him on the outside. You can put him all around the field. He can get handoffs and do all types of things. He can put up some big numbers. Last year he had 1,200 scrimmage yards, 1,200 yards receiving, but he had 232, I think. Scrimmage yards, and this year his numbers dropped a little bit down. He had 676, had like 700 scrimmage yards, of course, dropped a little bit down, but overall he's still a versatile player, a dynamic player. Off the first step from his release is explosive like that. He get off the first step fast. His route running is good like that. He's able to create separation. Ran out the catch is very good. He has good ball vision, so he gets the ball in his hands. He's not doing the crazy stuff of running backwards or doing anything wacky. He's gonna go put his head down and go forward. And like I mentioned, the dog mentality. He's very good at blocking, of course, as well. It's good to have a receiver out there who's willing to block, who's willing to put his body on the line to help his guys and help the run game too. So you have those willing guys on the outside. It helps out a lot. So I think with the Burden, it's the all-around, just natural like dog or a player like that, beast of a player. He's a very versatile player. So I think Luther gonna definitely be drafted in the first round. He's probably, I don't know if he's the top receiver, probably McMillan, but I think Luther might be number 2, maybe number 3, depending on where everybody lands and kind of like transpire a little bit too as well. But he's a very versatile piece, I think, to have on your team. And 5'11", the route combinations he's able to do, the route tree, he can run anything basically, the quickness, the shiftiness, all the things he have, of course, as a receiver, the tangibles like that, and then having that mentality to go out there and just be, like a dog like that, like willing to block, put your hand in the dirt, and go out there and just play physical football like that. I seen him track the ball very well too. Like you watch any of his film and watch any game of his as well. I watched a few games of his. He does a good job at tracking the deep ball as well like that. He knows how to pinpoint it, he knows how to stack the corner and get over the top, track the deep ball, make plays and stuff, and go out there and just be an explosive guy around the having your roster. I think any team will benefit a lot from him. I think kind of like Malachi Corley. I think Malachi Corley with the Jets, he has potential to be like that too as well. Now the Jets got a bad organization, he got a lot of things to fix, of course. But I think Malachi Corley is kind of similar, and they had the potential as well. But I feel like he landed in the wrong spot. But I think he's gonna have opportunities to showcase his skills too. With the Burden, the one that's kind of similar in that branch too as well. There's those guys who just versatile pieces like that. Those guys who they have the potential and the capabilities of being a true number 1 receiver as well. But I think it does matter, of course, where you go. I think the teams is kind of looking for him. We've seen from reports. Of course, the Steelers probably the first team that come to mind because of the I'm not saying it's I'm a Steelers fan, of course, either, but their first team come to mind, of course, because of the receiver needs they need. But also teams like the Buccaneers was a team as well. They can utilize him a lot because Chris Godwin could be gone in free agency. So depending on what happens, you might pair Mike Evans up with this young Luther Burden right here and see what happens too. That should be a nice little combination. Or the Cowboys. The Cowboys are a team that needs another receiver as well. CeeDee Lamb is good, but they haven't had another number 2 guy. Luther Burden would be a good piece to add to your roster. So there's a lot of teams that kind of have maybe their eye and their radar on Luther Burden. He's one of those guys that's very good route runner, and it's good when you have a route runner. Of course, having a guy with raw talent, of course, athleticism is very good to have like that. Who's like, oh, he's the biggest guy, he runs the fastest. Those are highs, but I like guys who are just fundamentally sound. Luther Burden is fundamentally sound. The route running, the combinations, not relying on athleticism to do everything in his football game, allowing his skill set, his technique to do everything. You see like him from his release, his hands and stuff like that, his ability to be a natural hands catcher, his ability to track the ball, his ability to just get it open and create separation through different coverages and different looks and stuff. I like guys like that because those are the guys in the long run I think that work out, because some guys rely too much on athleticism. Sometimes it can hurt them as they get older, of course, and go on the course of their career. Luther Burden is a guy who has athleticism, of course. He's very athletic, but he also has a lot of skills, like, to his game. His footwork and everything is nice. So he'd be a nice piece to add to the team, to anybody's team. You know, I hope the Steelers get him, but the Buccaneers will be happy with him. Cowboys will be happy with him. Whoever get him will be very happy with a guy like this. So you should draft him. If any NFL teams watching, which is probably nobody watching, of course, no NFL teams watching, but if you come across this, you got to draft Luther Burden. He comes across the draft board. If you need a receiver, he's a guy who can be a dominant player, a very good player in this league. I think it'll be a nice piece. Missouri, they have some cool colors too. The Missouri colors are already kind of black and gold, so he might as well come to Pittsburgh. Might as well. But we'll see exactly what happens, of course, with Luther Burden. But this is all I have for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe for more content. And Professor Arsenal will see you on the next edition, which will probably be Saturday. So be on the lookout for that. Peace out.